Hi guys, hope you guys are doing incredibly well. Today we're gonna talk about three things. We have Kerjam saying hi, we have Tu, we have Mira, long time Mira, where have you been? We have Ann, we got Neil, we got Donna, we have Vivian, we have Armin, we have Arvin, long time. Hope you guys are doing incredibly well. The weather in London has been doing, it's getting a little bit better now compared to many months ago. Now coming back, we're gonna talk about three things. We have people from different parts of the world as well. Now, um, yeah, we are gonna talk about three things. The first thing is what's going on with this Iran war. Is it a good time to actually get in and kind of, do some magic right now? And the second part is that we're gonna talk about, what's happening right now with all these beautiful, really sad things going on. I mean, is from what's the country? Iran. Probably you want to tell us what's going on with Iran? Type in the chat box. How is Iran doing at the moment so that people from Iran can gonna know? I mean, people not from Iran. That's the first part. Second part of what we're gonna talk about is we're also gonna talk about we're also gonna talk about um what is going on right now, basically. Do we buy? Do we sell? Have we missed the boat? Or what boat have we missed? Are we on the boat right now? All of that beautiful jazz, basically. Okay, so let's get started right now while I'm getting a little bit ready. It's hard to hear you. Okay, we haven't started yet. So if it is hard to hear, maybe you can let me know at the end. Awesome. So let's get straight into it right now. Hope you guys are doing well and waiting for everyone to come on board. Long time, guys. Now let's get straight into it right now. I'm gonna share my screen kind of like straight away as well. Cool. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. Um, let's first of all, let's talk about what's going on with our beautiful stocks, etc. So we kind of get ready. All right. So as we talked about before, no matter what happened to the economy, stocks always go up big time. World War One, World War Two, World War Three, World War Four. Okay, based on our World War One, based on Corona, all of that, we have we have an internet bubble here going on, things going up big time. There's a bubble going on. We've got this financial crisis going on here. We got this Corona a little bit. We have this 2022 is an inflation kind of crisis, a little bit of Ukraine war. Remember Ukraine? February time, 22nd of February 2022. Yeah. And anyone from beautiful Russia and Ukraine? And then we've got here tariffs. Trump come up and say, guys, you know what? Time's up. He pumped the market down and he pumped the market up. Literally, exactly is from him. And so we talk about the strategies as well. Yeah. Last week we shared some really secret strategies where if you missed that, today we're gonna share a little bit also some secret strategies as well, usually just for the elite training. So I'm going to share some as well. So sit tight. You are in for a good treat. And so this is what happened right now. Okay, we're on here right now. Okay, so what are we supposed to do right now? That's the question, isn't it? But anyway, so let's get straight into it right now to see what's going on and what's happening. So I just want to say, I said it many times. I want to say, well done and so proud of a lot of you who decided that you want to get good at trading and investing. Because no matter what happened, things always go up higher and higher. Even though you bought at 2000 before the internet bubble, a little bit later, you're going to be making money. Yeah. Even though you bought at 2006, 2007 before the financial crisis, let's say you bought right at the top, a little bit later, a few months, a few years later, you make monies as well. Even though you bought, let's say, what's that? In the what is this? This is just right at the top of Corona. You aim right at the top of the Corona. Eventually, you're gonna make back the monies as well. And even you bought right at the top here, 2022, before the crash, you wait for a couple of months time, you make back the money. So I'm gonna tell you right now. So even though you bought now, caveat, there's a caveat. The caveat is you can only bought things right at the top. Okay, you don't have to care about the timing. You can buy things right at the top. If you buy some like um stocks with very low P ratio, or you buy index, write that down. If you buy stocks with a very low P ratio and you buy index, for example, I'm talking about specifically index, okay? Index. No matter kind of what happened, you were gonna make money. It's just a matter of time where you're gonna make the money back. Okay. So that's kind of a very safe way kind of do it. Um, if you know it already, we talk about to put a pending order recently or even last week. And for elite students, you are very welcome to put a pending orders just around 6550, yeah, 6540, just below anything below 6542, you are very happy. What to buy? Write that down. You either get into IGUS, okay, IGUS, the first part. If you are from Singapore, you can buy your own Singapore dollar this index, or you can buy VUAG. All right, just write that down. Don't say I didn't say it, but you didn't say, you didn't say, you didn't say. I said it. I said it to you right now. Okay, just put a pending order here just on the elite training. Okay, so why? Because eventually it's gonna go back to the place that you want. All right, so let's talk about what's going on right now. So every time it comes down a little bit here, we're just gonna add some positions like that. There is no perfectionist, okay? There's no perfectionist for the elite students. For students on a normal level training, you can be a little bit perfectionist, as I say. Write it down. I personally think this year we will crash. Okay, we will the S&P 500 will come down at least around 15% from all-time high. Okay. Write that down. Raven says that we're going to come up around 15% from all-time high. So what's that mean? So that means the all-time high is around 7,000 now. It will come back down. It's just a matter of time for it to come 15%. What is 15%? 15% will be, it would just go back to the same price as it was 24th of 24th of February 2024. Okay. It will go back there. Okay. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of it just depends on what John wants to say, basically. Because the reality is a lot of this situation is caused by him. Look at the last year. Last year it crashed around 18%. Okay, write that down. Last year it crashed out around 18%. Okay, last year he came out and say put a lot of these tariffs on 100% tariffs in April, March time. And it crashed all the way to 18%. And then at the end of the 8th of April, 9th of April, he said, you know what? No more tariffs. They actually asked everyone to buy stocks. So that's kind of happened. So at the moment, we haven't got a permission, basically. We haven't got permission from, you know, from the right person to ask us to buy stocks yet. Okay. But if you already bought some, I want to say well done to you and really, really good for you. Okay. So that's the first part. But I want to show you a little bit of a season, a little bit, so you got a clue. Go to my website, bankhang.co.uk. I have a lot of websites. Any website will work for you. So let's see. And then we're gonna go on like click on that. We're gonna click on this. We're gonna click on that. We're gonna click on fear and greed. Click on like almost all of this and AIM report. I'm gonna open all of them basically. Okay. So you have an idea what's actually happened. But I want to start with seasonality a little bit. Yeah, I want to start with this, what we call it as a seasonality a little bit. Cool. So let's just explain this for a bit so that you got a clue about it. Okay. So where are we on right now? I think first year is done. We are on second year now. Okay. Second year. This is a midterm election year. So that's what happened on the second year. We are kind of like here. Are we on the second year? Yeah, we're on the second year right now. Okay, here. And then that's where things get a little bit tricky. I will show you more about that kind of later on. This will show you that on average, market usually crash around 10 to 15%. You see the crash that we have right now around 5-6%. That happens almost every single year, 3 to 2 times time. Last year it happened in April. Last year it happened in October and November time. Okay, this 4, 5, 6, 7% crash. So 7% crash around here. 8, 9, 8, 8, 6, 5, 6, 3. Almost every year there's almost no exception. 7, 8, 10, 6, 7, 3. You know, without exception. This is a very small correction. We call it a correction. Okay. Now let's have a look. And Felix, I hope you're on. Now let me show you, so you got a clue about it. So I just to show you, pay attention a little bit, where you see we have a turn here. Okay, we have a coming down here just in Feb, and then there's another one kind of in May time. Okay, I will show you a little bit about that kind of later on. Let's see if we can find midterm election, so you can kind of see kind of what happened. So this is what happened. Yeah, in the kind of midterm election time, usually 2020, 2022. So yeah, all of these years are midterm election, 2020, 2022, 18. People often ask, Raven, what's gonna happen? Go back to this year individually. 2020, 2022, go back. 18, go back. 14, go back. 2010, go back. 6, go back. 2, go back. Okay, just go back to a lot of these years. You kind of will see a beautiful pattern. Okay, so usually what's gonna happen now is we've got this like a small tumbling down here going on. Okay, just so around March or end of March, we have a small tumbling down. And then there's going to be a fake out. It's going to be a fake out going on, like what happened to Ukraine, okay? 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I'll show you later on, but actually 4 years ago, Ukraine. And then it came back up a little bit, giving you a chance to sell a lot of the stuff. So a lot of people who haven't sell your stuff yet, if it goes back to all-time high, or if it goes back to the higher mid level, you can take out your positions, okay? You can sell. Like RuPaul, you own a lot of stuff. A lot of people own a lot of stuff. So there's gonna be a we call it a bull trap. Okay, it's going up a little bit. Okay, going up before it coming back down, really, really beautifully and nicely here. Okay, let me just show you year by year so you can actually have a look. So let's see. And let's look at the last time whenever war happened, because a lot of these are, due to wars, etc. So let's see. The last time we have this happen, we on 4 years ago, same very similar as a midterm election. So January was coming, like we have this February coming back down, and then we have a war going on. People that it looks like that they don't really care about the wars. It's like, oh, there's war going on and the stock doesn't really move. And yeah, you went down a little bit March. The bottom kind of happened in like 14th of March, which is what we kind of see a little bit, okay? 14th of March. And then there's a pullback. This pullback is interesting because this pullback doesn't have a lot of volume. The only volume we've got here is around here, around 3 mil, 2.7 mil at the bottom. Look at that at the bottom. A little bit of a crossing upwards there, okay? And then coming back down. So it's saying that, okay, maybe there's going to be a pullback to almost half of it, okay? Half of this Fibonacci level. So if you have a chance for it to pull back to half of the chance, you can take a bit of profits out, okay? Take a bit of profits out. This is a very, 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 very psychology-wise, it's a situation like even bad news, stock doesn't want to go down. Okay, so that means that people are very, very stubborn. Okay, even bad news, stock doesn't want to go down. And then later on, you will have a situation where even very, very good news, stock doesn't go up. Okay, very good news, stock doesn't want to go up. So that's kind of what happens. So there's a pullback. So we are adding a little bit of positions here. A little bit is fine. And then if it goes up, and then we can sell a little bit at the profit there. Okay. But the positions that we've been adding here it will just be some very safe one because it's not a massive crash yet. We only have 5% crash from all-time high right now, guys. It's crazy. It's only 5% from all-time high. Yeah, it's only 5% for all-time high. It's really, really, I have been if you look back into many, many years, I've been in doing this for so many years. This is very, very small, all right? Very small. So yeah, so there's gonna be a pullback kind of going on. Okay, there's a pullback going on. So if you own some positions, you're in a positive, you make some money, you want to sell a little bit here. So positions that you should be adding. This is why we've been asking you to add a little bit if you want. You can add things like like what I told you just now, the IGUS, the VUAG, those are not gonna lose money because eventually if you keep it, you're gonna make money. And a little bit of your coins as well, the crypto, because what happened here is that if you study carefully, crypto has been in a very depressing market for the past 6 months. Okay, crypto has been a very depressing market for the past 6 months. So usually, if you look at what happened in 2025, market actually crashed in 2025 in February. Okay, S&P 500 crashed in February, but a lot of the things already crashed in December, in January last year. So those things that already crashed, they kind of found the bottom earlier. Okay, they found the bottom earlier. So they went up a lot quicker and better and faster as well. Okay. So just to let you know, okay. So write that down. Companies has already crashed big time in the past 6 months. They usually will not crash as much anymore because they are kind of like, they found a bottom a little bit earlier. Okay. So let's continue. So they coming down a little bit, and then there's a pullback kind of going on. Okay, so this is like March time, going up a little bit till like end of March. And there's a situation kind of going on here. And yeah, situation going on quite here, forming a really nice bottom. I would say this is already a bottom. Okay, May time, write it down. By the time you come to end of May, you kind of wants to like, get ready. End of May time. Or even what about all that? We don't have to be so pedantic about all this. Even you aim here, you're very, very beautiful. Okay, a lot of stocks actually bottom there. Okay, if you aim at May, you're very beautiful. Even though there might be a little bit there going on, but if you aim at May, it's really beautiful. Now let's talk about what's going on right now. I never really I'm gonna share something quite powerful for you. Now, most of the time, when markets are okay, so stock markets go up by two things, as you guys already know, you've been with me. The first one is by the interest rate. Okay, if the interest rate goes down, market is gonna go up big time. Okay, this year, if you look at poly markets, we're probably not gonna have any reduce of interest rate. Okay, look at the poly markets. So the first one is the interest rate. The second one is the earnings of the company. Okay. And a lot of the times, another very small part of the time, it comes from stock buyback. Yes. Companies buy back their own stock. Nvidia buy back their own stock. Apple buy back their own stock. A lot of these companies buy back their own stock. And let's go in a little bit about understanding of what is stock buyback so you completely get it. And most people will not know about this because this is not learned anywhere. This is not taught anywhere. I learned it from, paying hedge funds a lot of money just to show me some very small concept. And this concept is called, not just hedge fund, like CEO of the companies I interview, I see, like Jensen Huang so much every single year. This year I'm going to see him probably again, and Warren as well. So you get to interview them. So let's talk about a little bit about situation called stock buyback. Stock buyback is a situation where companies buy back their own stock. Okay, a situations where companies buy back their own stock. Okay, company buy back their own stock. Okay, before we talk about that, let's talk about the trades that we found last week. So we found some trade last week. Let's talk about that for a second because I just saw my note. So we talk about learn software, okay? Shorting, shortings. It's been okay, okay? Shorting like that, it's been okay. The reason why we short, some people can't find this stock. They say they can't find it. Another one we recommend to shorts as well is what is that called? Kroger, because the guidance dropped, I think, December. Yeah. Guidance dropped from, let's have a look. 2.8, 2.8, 3.6, 22, 4.8. Which one? Maybe it's this. Yeah. It dropped from 2.8 to around 1. So there's a drop. So some students short it right at the top of the, what's that called? On top of the resistance line. Just slowly. I'm coming down there. Kroger. And Synetics PLC. Some people can't find that. Bayerdorf. Coming from low single digit growth to flat. So it's like never seen before. Yep. A lot of students been shorting this big time, screaming with some profits as well. Anyone go into this and make some profits in the chat box? Yeah, coming down really nicely. Talk about short. What's the reason? Look, before was single digit, flat. So I want to say well done for those who do the homework for week 4 training, because you do it vigorously and you're able to find beautiful trades like that. Okay. What else? FenB. Let's see what's going on with FenB. FenB, some people can't short it as well, but it's also coming down. Yeah, quite nicely there. And then we've got this Boston Scientific. These are all talk about some time ago. Let me see, what is this? It used to be 0. Versus 10. Company estimate 3. I think 10 to 3. There's a huge drop. So you expect the stock market to drop huge for this 10th of February, Boston Scientific. If you remember. Yeah, that's the place. So a lot of students already shorted that. Coming down really, really nicely. A lot of students send me their screenshots as well on all different sort of channels. Let me see. Can I find some of your screenshot? Yeah, like this Kroger up a little bit. It's just started. Burnstone up 6K, just like that. Quite nice. Oxy GBP, Boston Scientific 41K, just like that. Not bad. So well done for those who do the homework. Keep that going. Cool. Now let's continue our what we talked about just now. Stock buyback, isn't it? Okay, so companies don't usually buy back their own stock. You will see that a lot of the time. However, most people do not know something. Most people do not know they actually cannot buy back their stock all the time. There's a period. There's a period where they can buy. There's a period where they cannot buy. And if you look at it carefully, the period when they don't buy, because because they buy billions of their own stock, billions of their own stock back. Okay, it's quite a number. Because they buy quite a billions of their own stock back. So that's kind of what happened. So let's get into it right now to see what happened. So there's a period of the time where they cannot buy back their own stock. Okay, the period, and we call it a blackout period. It's like blackout, where you can't see me and I can't see you. Okay, a blackout period. During this blackout period is where they can't buy back their own stock. So you will see that during that time, usually market usually goes down. A lot of you who've been trading for some time, you will understand this kind of later on. So I will explain to you what is a blackout period of their buyback, stock buyback. Okay, most people will not know about this. So the period why we talk about this, because it gives you an opportunity to know when to buy kind of later on. All right. So during this blackout period, They cannot buy back their own stock. When is it? When is it? What is the blackout period? Okay, this is the blackout period. The blackout period is the day where I would say usually is 3 to 5 weeks, okay, before the earning release. Wow, crazy. Yes, because to prevent like insiders trading, to prevent illegal trading, because sometimes companies already know what their result is gonna be, and they cannot buy back that stock tomorrow. I'm gonna have a very, very good result and I buy back my stock yesterday. No. So 3 to 5 weeks before the earning release, they cannot actually do anything. Okay. And so when can they buy? They usually can only buy 1 to 2 days after their earning release. Wow. So a lot of the times, you guys probably recognize this where, stock is like normal going up, and then suddenly it's a very, very good news. Guidance going up, everything going south big time. But there's a dip, literally coming back down for 1 day. And then you realize that, oh, 2 days after, 1 day after, things started to spike at big time. Wow, that's insane. I'll show you some examples kind of later on. But those people who've been doing the homework, you kind of should be able to know and seize as well. Okay? So let's have a look right now so that you got or you understand what I'm on about. So what does that mean? That means that there are earning seasons. So each of the stock that you love or that you like, you have to look at when they actually release it, and you look at 3 to 5 weeks before. Usually there's a dip of the market. Okay, let me tell you what some examples of earning seasons. Okay, so you got a clue about it. So some examples of earning seasons, it depends on what stock that is. For example, you will see. Let's give some example of earning seasons. Let me see if I can find some pictures for you. So you can see some examples of earning seasons. That means when is the next time Apple, all these big guys gonna release their earning release. That's the meaning of releasing earning season. So let's have a look right now. So you can see some examples of it. So let's look at this for a second. What is this? This is last year, all right? S&P 500 Q3 buyback blackout and the earnings release day. This is last year, okay? Let me just show you a little bit. So you can see, usually earning release happen during this time, September 12th, September 26th, Apple, all of that, Nvidia, all of that, guys, big guys, were releasing their earnings then. Remember 3 weeks, 5 weeks before their earnings, you're not supposed to do anything. So the stock was kind of struggle a little bit. And to the point where the earnings release finish. Okay, you can see around November to November time, usually beginning of November, earning releases finish. Companies can finally release their earnings now, and they can, after 1 to 2 days, they can buy back their own stock. So usually it finishes around start of November. So this is why usually November, December, you have a winter rally kind of going on. Things usually go up during this time because companies are buying back their stock aggressively. Okay, that's one example. If you look at last year, you probably can see it. Let's see if you see it. So this is the time where where things is going nowhere, September, October time. So they can't really buy back that stock up to kind of November time, which is around here. Can you see the November time? Yeah, if you can't see it like that, November time, company buys back. There's a winter rally going on. It just keep going up during the winter, November and December. It went up a little bit, 5%, 6%, but it's still gone up like that. Every year there's like that. Even I show you last year, it was around there as well. Can you see? This is October time, and then there's a November, companies releasing their earnings, and then once this happen, once the release happen, companies can now buy back their own stock, and winter rally going on. Okay, big time every year, almost no exception. We call it the Santa rally. Okay, so same thing here. You look at this, is even more beautiful. August, companies can no longer buy back their stock. 3 to 5 weeks before August, September, October, and then it starts starting November time. went up big time. Can you see? It's just crashing big time. November time, it went up big time. Yeah. So this is, we call it as a really beautiful winter rally. Wow. Once you know this, you are so much way further than people who do not know. I pay 100K at least to know about this shit. Now let me show you another one. Yep, there's a blackout period. You can see, we call it companies are buying their stock. Sorry, releasing the earnings. They can't do anything, but as long as that's finished, you can see that's finished in November. Things started to do quite well. November, December. That's the same pictures as the one before, but just a different color. What is this? Is it the same one? That's March one. Okay, this is interesting. So let's look at this March a little bit. Okay, so that's what happened. So this is what February. A lot of companies are releasing their earnings. You can see February. So we have a downturn kind of going on. So nothing to do with Ukraine war and stuff like that. Not Ukraine war, Iran war and stuff like that. It's just always happened. During Corona, it happens during this time. Last year, it happens in February. Almost every single year it happened in February, almost no exception. Yeah. So it went down, February time is the earnings time. They went down, they went down, they went down, they went down. And now we are almost at the middle now. Okay. There's a middle February, March, and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of going up there kind of going on. Okay. But you can see there's a situation here. Okay. So what I want to show you is we are almost having another season coming in. Let me see if I can show you some other ones. What's this? US share buyback authorization. You can see they're buying back quite a lot. Let me show you another one. What is this? This is also kind of buyback. Last year also very similar. After May time, things just go up beautifully like that. What is this? This is October, November 2025. We done that. And what is this? October. Yep, it's very similar. October, November time, almost every year. So this is a blackout kind of period a little bit. But November, you usually do well. Okay, there's another one, which is the latest one, which is we're about to come here. So, which is called the earnings season. So let's get, when is the next earnings seasons now? When is the next earning seasons? Let's just Google a little bit. The next earnings season starts in mid-April. Okay, it starts in kind of like mid-April time and peak to late April and early May. This is why I said using our seasonality just now. So you will see that a lot of things are kind of going on, and it finishes in kind of like early May time. Okay, so obviously it depends on what stock you want to buy. Each stock has their own individual earnings seasons. Normally bank come first, and then we have the rest of the come later. So kind of meet kind of here. Okay. So these few days, people usually, they will try to pump the market a little bit. And then once it's finished, there's going to be a pullback kind of going on. Which is exactly what we show on the seasonality chart just now, or 2022 chart, and before it comes back down. So this is why we say that I ask you to write that down, and by end of May, you kind of want to be like, get things kind of ready. Yeah. So this is what I call it as a buyback, because when they buy back billions of billions of billions of billions. So you have a cushion with you. Okay. So that is kind of what happened, just so that you are aware of this, so that you know what usually happen to a stock before their earning release. Okay, before their earning release, 3 to 5 weeks time before their earning release. Okay, so that is kind of what happened. Let me just give you some definitions as well. Let me just go back. Yeah. So And while most people do not know about this and they just do it anytime they want, but those people who know a little bit about this, they kind of got a hint or a clue of kind of what happened. So let's see. Companies pause buyback shares during a quiet period before releasing financial. Let's see. Yeah, something like that. Cool. So let's come back to that. Oh, what's the point? Let me tell you what's the point. Now, let me show you what's the point. The point of this powerful, powerful strategy that no one else tells you is so that you kind of get ready and you kind of mentally prepares as well. Okay, we talk about almost every single time during November, isn't it? Look at this. The red line is the time. Look at November, it went up big time. You know, November it went up. What is this? Yeah, November went up big time. Even before was around May time. By May time, you kind of want to make sure you go in a little bit there. And then this is April because he's talked about something there. And it's probably around May times as well. And yeah, November time went up big time. Okay. So you got a clue about it. You should dollar cost averaging. You should put a little bit in at that time. Now let's talk about some stocks right now. Okay. Because as you talk about many times, last week we talked about this as well. Bitcoin has been crashed big time. Okay. And and recently it's been trying to scale out, okay, trying to break above the thing. So if you look at it carefully, this happens all the time. It happens in 80s as well. When Bitcoin reaches 80, it went sideways, coming back down, and then it tries to pull. It tries to go through all of this like resistance like pull, many times pull till January time. Okay. It went to 96. People think that this is gonna go to 120. Okay, people think it's gonna go to 120, and then they buy it there. So that's just a bit tricky, but a lot of our students know using our strategy and a little bit of seasons as well. So we wait. So now we have a very similar situation happen now. Okay, where Bitcoin right now is breaking a lot of the resistance line, is reaching how much? 74. Okay, so from how much? From 60, okay? From 60, it reaches 74. So obviously the common question that we all have is it good? Is it gonna go up now like a rocket? Or is it gonna do what it does last time, where it breaks all the resistance, come out to almost 100, almost 98, before we go back even more to what 60 from 100 to 90 98 to 60. There's almost 30% crash it. And we talk about I spoke to you about that as well. Some students added some positions right at the bottom. Some students added BMNR. If you do BMNR, you're probably gonna make a little bit more there. Called BitMine, because it went from what? It went from 1.8 to 2.3. That's probably 30-40%. 1.8. You calculate 5 there by 1.8. Right. Yep, around 35 there by 1.8. Yeah, 30%, 40% like that. Yeah. So is it a good time to add in now and go to the moon straight away? Okay, before I answer that questions, let's go back to what historical or what history says. Let me show you what Bitcoin history last year, okay? Now, nothing is perfect, but I want to show you. So you got February time, it came back down. And then March came back down. It went all the way to 26th of March. It's like the peak. 26th of March is like the peak. 24th of March next week, kind of like the peak. Okay? Before it comes back down to give you a bottom on the 9th of April. So last year it says that maybe there's another pullback going on. Let's look at the year before, right? Because 1 year is not enough. So it's showing that the bottom of Bitcoin can happen on the 9th of April. Okay, this is last year. But let's look at the year before. Don't just look at 1 year. Let's look at 1 more year as well. Because you can make a lot of money on Bitcoin if you know what you are doing. So this is what happened 2024. was around 70. So you went 19th of March, 20th of March. You went up there. So you just kind of got stuck there. Okay, this is the year before. Let's go to the year before as well. Okay, this is interesting. This is March 14, 18. Okay, 23rd of March. Can you see almost between 10th of March? This is 2023, by the way. Between 10th of March and 24th of March, which is what happened last week or this week, Bitcoin will always go up like crazy. Okay, so you went up like crazy, which is what happened these years as well. And then you slowly pull back. Okay, slowly pull back. So what I would say right now, Bitcoin is at the point of 73. Okay, I would say that if you can get into any crypto related stocks, that's crazy. Look at the way I put it. If you can get into any crypto related stocks, because there are many stocks related to crypto. There's BNMR, there's strategy, there's a lot of cipher, there's mining, a lot of that things. Okay, especially the related to Bitcoin big time. If you can get into any Bitcoin related stocks, when Bitcoin is below 65 or even 68, you're actually quite okay, okay? Because it's a pullback here. You can see the pullback almost to 50% of that, okay? Before it go back out quite nicely there. Yeah? So that's kind of what happened there. So what's that mean, Raymond? Can you put it easier? Like, because we're a beginner here. Let me give you a beginner guide. A beginner guide is BNMR. Just make it very simpler for you. Is below, I would say 2,000, even 1,900, even 1,800, anything below there, you put a little bit in there. I want to say well done and congratulations to you. But what if it dropped to 50? Okay, because we are always worrying. As I said, S&P 500 will crash at least 15% this year. When S&P 500 crashed 15%, Bitcoin would have crashed as well. Okay, it will crash from 74 right now to probably around 55 to 50. That's fine. You will just hold it. If it comes down even lower, you just add even more. You understand what I'm saying? This is what trading and investing is all about. It's not about the exact time. Oh, the exact second I bought it, I wanted to make money straight away. No, you buy it, you bought it, and then eventually you're gonna make money. You make money from trading and investing is quite simple. You just need to sell it at higher price than where you bought. Okay, that's the good news about non-leverage trading. You just have to buy at the higher price when you bought. Sorry, you just have to sell it at a higher price than you bought. Okay, that is kind of what happened. You get Bitcoin. Usually it's around 10, 20, 30% of my total portfolio. Yeah, 10, 20, 30% of my total portfolio. If you added a little bit already on IGUS, VUAG, a little bit there, I would say well done to you. Nothing wrong with that. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. If you added a little bit. Okay? So, that is kind of what happened. For people who are super impatient, like you cannot wait, like your fire is burning, well, you can buy straight away. You can probably buy at this support line. 666, 660. What to buy, I tell you many times. IGUS or VUAG. Okay? But those people who wants to like, do big things, those people who don't mind seeing some small money, some money, you can buy straight away. But for people who wants to like, like for apprentices who want to make big and shit like that, that's where patience and discipline is more important than anything. Okay? Remember, trading and investing is all about discipline. It's literally about that. Okay? It's not about the more activities that you do, the more rainbow color you put on your hair, the more makeup you put on your beautiful eyebrow, the more money you're gonna make. Trading investing, unfortunately, it's not like that. Yeah? Cool. So let's talk about it right now. Okay. So let's talk about it right now. So open all of the data and let's study a little bit. So let's download this just to see which big guys has been doing things. Let's have a look. Cool. So this is AAIA report. This is a sentiment report. And let's talk about this a little bit. Okay. Now, this is 3rd of 12. Okay. So I told you, or I show you how to use this before, but let's do it one more time. The way to use this is look at the bearish, okay? And look at the bearish, which one is the most bearish, and that's a signal for you to add positions. Just click the button, okay? Let's have a look. You can see things are okayly bearish around April here. Okay, 61, all right? It gets to 61 time. So let's just highlight that a little bit. Okay, 61, very bearish, isn't it? Around 61. It's one of the highest. Would you buy or would you sell that? 61, one of the highest. Down in the chat box. This is April 3rd last year. Okay. Let's see if anything like that in the past. Wow. Bearish. Okay, well, another 50 here. Okay. This is on the 2nd of November. 50. Okay. Just after the blackout buyback period. Okay. Let me see, is there anything else? Kind of here. Okay. 12/20/20. Let's look at the stock, what happened all this day. Okay. 52. It's quite high here. Even 47 is not too bad. Even 47 here is not too bad. Okay. So usually it gets to 60, 50, even 47. That's where you can add a little bit here. Even 48. Is that 48? Around here. Okay. So all of these numbers, you guys say buy, but let's see if you bought here, you're gonna make money or lose money. Should we do that? Okay. All of these numbers. So you can see the first number is September 22nd, September 29, when it's around 60 bearish. Everyone thinks market is gonna crash. So if you bought it then, let's see. Yeah, September time. Congratulations, you have aimed the beautiful bottom of the market. Okay, this is September 2022. Okay, September 2022. Yeah, just that. It's not the first minute, it's not the second minute, but eventually it's going to go up. So Carlos, Sam, Al, Louis, well done. Let's go to the next one. You've got this 11/10, 2022. So this is around October time. It's still around here, okay? Still around, very similar, very bottom. This is literally the bottom of the bottom. Come down big time, bottom, went up big time. So well done on that. And this is December times as well. So there's a small pullback in December. So it gets quite negative here. So you went out, continuous, aim the bottom again. Well done. And even in March, you went out as a pullback in March again. That's crazy. Wow. You just aim all of the bottom like that. And then we have this 11/12, 11/2. What is this? This is 11 means November. November would just be here. There's a pullback. And November get in, it went up big time like that. Yeah, this is November. You can see November 2nd just there. I will talk about right now what happened. Yeah. So it went out doing nothing for many, many years. Up till last year, April. You saw this very negative. These are all in the training, by the way. 61 big time. You already know this is a bottom of the market like never seen before. And now let's look at if something similar happens. So we continue 50 something, a lot of opportunities. And then what else? The latest one we've got is around 49 a little bit. Okay. So if you bought a little bit on what September 11, let's see what's gonna happen. September 11, this last year. Yep, it's around there. It's almost the bottom of the markets as well. That's pretty crazy. Okay. It's a breakout. Okay. It never came back down. Since then, there's 49. What else have we got? We got another one on 46. It's not the highest. This is better. 49 here. Even 46, let's see what's gonna happen. This is 23rd and 13. So 23rd will just be around there. Okay. Almost the bottom there very nicely as well. 23rd of what? Sorry, 13th of November. 13 will just be here. Okay. So if you have done something on the 13th of November, you will come down a little bit. Eventually, you're going to go back to where you want. Oh, it's interesting. Saying that 49 is not the perfect number, but it's okay. And then continue. Today, we are at one of the highest, which is around 46. This is 12. So do we have 46 before? Let's see. 43, 30, 28. Last time when we tried 49, we didn't really make money. Okay. 50 usually. Wow. 60. Holy moly. You can even sell your house and you remortgage your house. I want to say congratulations when we are at 50, because one house you can buy 10 houses, 5 houses. Now it's at 46. 46 is okay. Let's not be perfectionist. So on the 12th of November, 12th of March, so when is 12th of March? Let's see. Yeah, we're just around there. Probably the same as where we are. So adding a little bit, 10% a little bit in the VUAG or the IGUS we talk about is quite okay. Okay. Is quite okay now. We are still waiting for it to come even lower than that, like 50 something, 60 something. But that's what happened, yeah. AIA report. This is on my websites as well. Let's look at the next one. This is on AIA report, sentiment report. Association of Individual Investor, how bearish people are. Okay, the market fair value is super interesting because we are now at almost negative 10. The last time we got is negative 15. When we got negative, wow. The reason why it's so cheap right now, is quite undervalued right now, is because S&P 500 hasn't been going nowhere for the past 6 months. So, but earnings, according to them, has been increasing. So you can see last time when we are at 10, it's around March time. It's okay. March is okay bottom, but there's another one. Okay, so I would say if it continues to come down to around even 10 or even 11, you should have added a little bit already, 10%. If you haven't yet, you can add it at any time. As I said just now, just add it. Don't be so perfectionist, especially if you're already apprentices. So if it comes back a little bit lower here, I would say more than 10, okay, 11, 12, 13, even 15. Wow. Jackpot comes when it reaches 15 here. Okay. Wow, that's really beautiful. Yeah, there is a 15 here, but a little bit here, you adding a little bit here, a little bit, that's absolutely fine. So you say you just have to sell at a higher price. Now, what else? NAIN report, it has to come to the bottom there. It's just forex sentiment. This is a fear and greed index for the crypto. And look at our strategy last time. We talk about when crypto is at a very fear stage, which is around 23rd of February, a little bit. It comes to 8. It comes to the lowest, I think it's got crypto is around 5, 23rd of February. Let's see what happened 23rd of February. If you've done the training, you should just close your eyes and add some position. Let's have a look. 23rd of February. Let's go Bitcoin. 23rd of February. Let's see where are we. 23rd of February, crypto comes to 5. Yeah, it's kind of like a bottom there. We went to 60. Is it 62? 62, yeah. Not really 60, 62. Holy moly. So write that down. If it comes out to 5 again, 6, 7, 8 again, just do it. Okay. Just do it. People often ask me, "Ray, what's the secret to be successful as a trader and investor?" It's literally just two. Oh, three. Okay. The first one is obviously being patient. Okay, waiting for the time to come to the price that you want, which is the fear and greed that we want. Below 10 will be beautiful. So that's crypto. That's the first part. The second part is being disciplined, having a mentor, will guide you, we do it together, which is really helpful. And the last part, is really take massive action. Yeah, you do it despite you are scared. You feel uncomfortable. Despite you feel like it's a scam. You do it. Okay? Because at that moment you actually feel like it's a scam, isn't it? 23rd of February and stuff like that. You feel very nervous and uncertain. Your heart is pumping fast. Is it gonna come down? What if I lose money? All of that crap coming in. Yeah, so take massive action means you burn boats and you do something. I'm specifically talking about the apprentices, yeah. But anyway, so coming back here, so that's what happened. So waiting for the pullback just below 70, 68, adding a little bit as it come back down, you will have made a really, really, really okay decisions as well. Okay, good decision. So that's what happened. Yeah, really powerful. Now let's see how many insiders and all these people have been buying or selling. Insiders. What is this? Anyway, so let's look at this. So let's see anyone who's been buying and selling very recently. So what is this? 1317, a little bit of purchase. A little bit of purchase, 17. 17. How many sell? Let's see. Well, there's not a lot of sell. It's crazy. Wow, there's not a lot of selling, guys. Insider trading here. I'm looking at 17 and 16, the most recent one that we have. How come there's not a lot of selling? Let's look at it quite carefully. The buy, we have people who bought 200. That's okay. Okay, this is 13, so that's late. Latest cluster buy. I want to look at the date of today. Let's look at today. Latest date. Click filing date. Let's click search. Okay. What's that ad? There's an ad going on. Oh, not sure what happened, but anyway. Let's carry on. Let's wait for this ad for a second. I'm just trying to wait for this ad. Let's wait for the ad a little bit. Let's see. Anyway, let's refresh it a little bit one more time to see exactly what's going on. So what we've got here, if you look at it carefully, on the 17th, we got some sale. The sale is very small. We got some purchase. Purchase is also super small. So how do we get more of this? Let's get some big numbers. Can play around just to find some big numbers. Anyway, let's go at our charts. Obviously, we're waiting for the crossover. That's where you can sell your house and go all in like that. But let's see if it crossover. It normally crossover just once a year. Okay, now we closely, but we are not there yet. Okay, closely because you are not there yet. That's open insider. Okay, let's look at fear and greed a little bit. So fear and greed is kind of here. Okay, we are at the point of kind of extreme fear a little bit. We're at 21. Obviously, there are different stages of extreme fear. There are extreme fears that it's on the stage of 5, 6, like 7, like really low. Same thing with crypto. There's around 22 now. This is an okay. Adding a little bit in if you haven't add on it yet, 10%, a little bit of your money, a little bit there. It's okay. So we kind of want it to be like go to the bottom kind of here. Okay. So that's where we are. 5, the bottom here. We're at what now? We're at 21 now. What is it? 22. So it has to come, a little bit there. Maybe it's gonna pull back. I personally think it's gonna pull back first before it comes even lower. But adding a little bit here is okay. Remember, we are not gonna be a perfectionist. Yeah. I would say 10% is okay. 10% means what? You have £100, put £10. If £1,000, put £100. At least you get some ball rolling. All right. So that is kind of what is going on here. Okay. That's actually what's happening. How often to add? I would say every time you see the red color, you can add a little bit there. Okay. Every time you see some red, you add a little bit there. It's really good. Cool. Now, that is kind of what happened then. So that you are prepared and get ready for it. Or even what are you personally doing? I personally has been doing exactly what I just told you. I have been adding very, very tiny amount. Okay. Um, just waiting for things to come down even more. If it comes down a little bit more here, I will add a little bit more like that. Okay. That's what I personally will be doing. Now, let's talk about that's kind of what happened. Okay. Now let's talk about market screener real quick. So we talked about some stocks last week. It's been doing okay, doing quite nicely. Those of students were doing quite nice. If you've done the homework, okay, so well done to you if you do the homework. So let's go to all news. Now let's talk about Trump and all these things. What's happening today? Trump literally asked NATO to come and help us to open the oil the Hormuz. Okay, let's talk about some story about Hormuz. Okay, let's do ChatGPT to help us talk about the story about Hormuz a little bit. Okay, so there's some river here that are going on here. So if you look at historically, the best thing to learn is by looking at history. The last time we have, let me show you. Oops. So the last time we have these like Suez going on, if you remember the Suez Canal, between the UK, the Great Britain, and what's that called? Egypt. Okay, Egypt. How long does it last? Did it last? And what happened to oils? To oil? Okay, which sectors do well and which didn't? What else? Let's see. We also talk about which sectors do well and which didn't. We also talk about when exactly did this it was, and how is it related to the Hormuz right now? Okay, the Hormuz thingy right now. Hormuz is not a new thing. 2018, Iran also threatened to close the beautiful Hormuz as well. So let's have a go. Suez Canal crisis. If you know, you know. If you don't know, now you know. So it's like it's very similar to what we've got kind of before. Um, what is this? Egypt, what is this? Canal. So it's a Suez crisis, is 1956, is a military conflict from October to November. Canal effectively disrupted for 5 to 6 months. Fully open 5 to 6 months after. So it starts in November, it finishes in April. Okay, what triggered it? Egypt, which is for example, right now we have Iran nationalized the canal. We have Iran here, we have also Iran here. Can someone tell us what's going on with the canal right now? Type in the chat box. UK and France, Israel intervened military, and canal was blocked. Ships were sunk. They was bombing any ships that's crosses. What happened to oil? Immediate effect, all the oil got disrupted, very similar. Toy forced to go around. Cape of Good Hope, much longer, higher cost plus delay. Spike short term, less financial markets, not as explosive as today. Clear supply shock. What sectors did well? The oil was doing quite well. Middle East exporter, less impacted by the route. Western major benefited, which is like all these stocks. Occidental petroleum will do much better. Shipping and tanker longer. Today equivalent. Coal switch partial from oil to coal. What sectors did badly? The airline and some transport, the fuel cost, the margin. Um, Manufacturing, industrial Europe, energy shortage, slower production, European equities got hit a little bit. How long did it impact? 3 to 6 months, macro 1 to 2 years, trigger energy. Now, how is this related to these homos today? Okay, we have a homos here, and we have a UAE here. It's interesting because all the ship tank are here. The tanks that cost billions of pounds. Normal commercial tank. No one wants to pass. Okay, maybe there's nothing here, but no one wants to pass because it's so easy. They could have been here and they just shoot a bullet, or they just put a drone, or they put a mine, and boom, finish. £2 billion finish. And some, like I think Thailand ships got bombed, I think. Um so yeah, so no one wants to pass here. So um Trump is asking everyone to come and kind of come and help us a little bit. Like, let's just cover a little bit. Let me show you what Trump says today. So where are we? Let me see. I think this is today, 5 hours ago, a few hours. The United States has been informed by most of our NATO allies that they don't want to get involved with our military, because if you get involved, maybe we have a terrorist attack in your city, like London, YouTube, not YouTube, underground, boom, finish. Despite that, we strongly and all of that and supposed to help who? Korea, Australia, Japan will just help. And they say we do not need the help of anyone. So that's what happened. Um, so no one was helping because no one wanted to start a war. So that's kind of what happened. Let's see. I mean, I asked you to type what happened to Iran. You didn't say anything. What happened? You can set the host and panelists. I can read it out for you. Anyway, so that's kind of what happened. Neil, hope you're doing well. So text me. I'm gonna send it to you before it ends. So yeah, so that's kind of what happened there, and so something very similar kind of happened here. Um, all of that thing going on. So what would I do? I will do exactly using our powerful trading strategy. So we go to our website and find out when is oil supposed to come down. Okay. So we type oil here, crude oil, or you can type Occidental Petroleum if you want. And so crude oil was just here. So we have, like, you can see February going up, which is we did. March kind of going up a little bit, April going up, May. So you can short it June, okay? When June finishes, wow, that's the time you do something. So maybe this war is gonna end till June, maybe. Let's go to Occidental. So Occidental is very similar. After May, you can call it the day. So 2 more months there, okay? Hold it to 2 more months, and you can call it the day. If people who hasn't bought Oxy yet, they really want to buy it. If you see a pullback to like now it's 57, isn't it? 50, 57. So let's be humble a little bit. If it pulls back to around 50, 55, I would say it's quite nice already. Okay. Look, this is a war started 1st of March, and today is exactly the same price. Okay. 55, below 55, accept it. Okay. Add a little bit there is quite nice. When would I get out? I will get out May time. Just remind me, just May time. Like what happened last year, even mid of April. Wow, mid of April last year, the people start to get out already. Okay, mid of April maybe. That's what happened last year. Just a little bit left, probably a few weeks more, and then we're gonna pull out. And some people wanting to short oil. Shorting oil is a very expensive thing, actually. I will show you. It's a very powerful thing, very smart thing to do. You see, I already put a pending order here. Can you see a pending order just at here 11 and 12? So in case if it comes up here, it's gonna get triggered, and then we make money like that. And the thing is, it might go up to 140 though, because in 2008 we actually went up to 140. So if you buy it here, you have to mentally prepare to lose and go back to 140. Okay, so this is a mental thing you kind of have to do. But if you are patient enough, it will go back then. Okay, so if you want to wait for long, there's something called futures. You can do like, for example, the pending orders, let's say you get triggered, you want to wait for 2 months, you can do a futures date so that they don't charge you like daily charges every day like that. Yeah, there's a futures. Exactly the same thing. It's just a bigger spread. If you buy futures here, don't close it too soon. Okay, close it at a profit. Try to, because the spread is going to be a little bit bigger. Look, this is 696, this is 95, so it's a little bit bigger spread. 70, probably 70 spread like that. Okay, cool. So that is kind of what happened there. Kyung is asking, why does some stock require more margin? You can try eToro, and you can play around with it. On eToro, you can change the margin to kind of whatever you want: leverage 1, leverage 2, leverage 3. Very good for beginners. So okay, our Iranian tell us what happened to Iran now. Let me read it. Shut down the internet. No one can do protests or anything. We'll be short them. They attend. Okay, let me just copy and paste it so people can read what happened to Iran. Then copy and paste. There we go. There you go. You know now. They shut down the internet. No one can protest. They attend meetings to stop. You're never very happy. Attack fuel, but because steel production. Okay. Do you think they're winning, or do you think they're losing? Because Trump said they're losing. So what do you think? Anyway, let's come back here. So let's go to market screener back. And we are let's go to equity. We're gonna do exactly what we did the other day. We are going to go for guidance decrease. Even though guidance increase sounds better and looks better, but we're gonna do this. March 13th, 17 minus 7 is March 10. So there's not a lot. Let's see what we have. Boeing delay profitable goal. Steel Dynamics. Accenture is always coming down. PTC closes. PTC updates. Sentiment one solid overshadowed by near term. Ultra beauty issue. Stocks to watch. BuzzFeed. Hope your family is doing really well. We are lots of beautiful people from all different parts of the world. For Universal Electronics, I have some really good friends as well. It's crazy. Universal Electronics, Funko, Ascend, Campbell, General, Dick, Lee Auto provides. Nice. I'm gonna open yours. Anyone's done your homework, you can send it to me. So anyone knows what stock to buy and sell that in the chat box right now? We're gonna look at it. So what's his name? One of our students asked us to look at Nvidia. Let's look at Nvidia a little bit. Now let me tell you something interesting about Nvidia, since people are asking. Now I have attended Nvidia events, speak to, the Jensen many times. I can tell it's always the same pattern. It's very similar to Apple's as well. Very similar pattern. So when they launch anything, they say that it's a collab with anyone. At that second, stock is gonna go up big time, and then eventually it's gonna pull back down big time. So that's what happened, yeah. So yesterday, Nvidia was going up big time, you know. And they release earnings, where is it? Yeah, going up big time Monday. Yesterday was one of the events, and then it came back down like that. Okay. Yesterday there's a partnership with many things, partnership with Nerbius, for example. Nerbius went up. I think Nerbius is with Meta. So similar, when you see Nerbius, partnership crazy, go up big time. And then there's a pullback today, 10% drop, just at the resistance. And you see. And yeah. So when you see people partnership and stuff like that, by the time everyone knows it, you call it a day. It's finished. Yeah. So that's what happened. Li Auto, let's look at this. Earning guidance for this auto decreased 8.5 revenue. Year-over-year decrease. This was going down really bigly. But we need to know whether this has just happened now or he has been always like that. For the first quarter, expect delivery to be 85, representing. So we use give me the past 8 earning guidance outlook of this guy, starting from the most recent. I'm gonna click on the book. Really beautiful rash. I love this. Let's just load it. Honda is a very good short. Okay, Honda is a really beautiful short. You see that on the earnings. Let's look at it. Said it will cancel development market launch for the 3 electric models intended for North America. Expect to book largest losses after assessing electrification strategy according to Thursday automaker operation. Yeah, we're gonna do Honda as well. So let's look at this Li Auto first. Very similar. So let's see latest report 85. 12 spending, weak profitability. What's the number though? Let's start from the bottom. So let's see. We've got deliveries 76, 88, revenue. We change the numbers. And delivery sharply, guidance likely to optimistic, 85. Well, with profitability, 85. It's quite similar to what we've got before. Trend year on year at midpoint, 2.9 billion. You kind of have to draw it properly, you kind of see how things is kind of going. Lee Auto, interesting. Dick Sporting Goods. Let's see this. It's like Foot Locker. So let's type Dick's Sporting Goods. Do the same for Dick's Sporting Goods. What we are trying to look for, people often ask, what are we looking for? I'm going to tell you right now. What we are looking for is a big increase, double, never seen before, like, wow, that kind of things. Yeah, that's what we are looking very much for. Let's see. So 22, 13, 6, 13. So it's not a drop. Is it 13 EPS, 13.5? It's a small drop, okay? From 17 to 13.5. It's an okayly small drop, okay? It's not like it's gonna go bankrupt, that kind. Yeah, so let me see properly. It would be nice if they give us some beautiful numbers. Let's look carefully. 22, 13, and 13, 13.8. Can you please be consistent with your numbers, please, so I can compare? Put them in the box. Table, sorry. What we are doing right now, we're trying to find, remember, it's coming from individual stocks, you're going to know what happened to big stocks. So 13, 13.6, 13.8, 13.9. So almost we have never seen their revenue drop. The revenue did drop a little bit here. We have never really seen they drop. Okay, they drop a little bit here. So there's a little bit drop here on Dixon Sporting. Okay. Some people has already shorted it in or on 12th of March. Dick Sporting. Let's see what's going on. Wow, Foot Locker. So yeah, 12th of March, 13, 12. Yeah, let's say you miss that. Slowly and gradually. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Dollar General. Projected sales growth 3, maintain. So let's do the same for Dollar General. We're just trying to look for the biggest one, you know? Amazon. Amazon is a good buy, toy. Very good. If you want to buy Amazon, you can. It's a good buy at because Amazon has been like that for quite some time. It's an okay buy, just at this support line. If you add a little bit, then it's okay. This is just like below 20. Okay, write it down. Below 20, adding a little bit of Amazon is good. Okay, even here below 20 will be perfect. But yeah, below this 20 there, a little bit. Even you add it now, it's not the end of the world. Let's get the volume. So there's a volume spikes. Usually there could be a bottom. If it comes back down, there will be a jackpot for you. It's usually happening like, in the next few weeks. But if it can comes down around 24, now it's 21, just a little bit, yeah, that's okay. Not the worst situation. Adding a little bit when it comes pull back to the support is kind of okay. Yeah, below that. Cool. Let me see. What is this? This is Dollar General. 30, 44, 7.1. The guidance drop. Okay, guidance drop a little bit on Dollar General. 723 to 71. You look at, oh, has it dropped like that before? 7, 5, 5, 5, 5, 7. Yeah, it's dropped before, so it will still come down. It's just maybe not a big deal. Dollar General, let's look. Wow. Okay. So the volume, what's the reason it spiked so much today? Volume spike is a reversal, guys. Yeah, if you see a volume spike, you run away. Dollar General Corp. Let's put that on. You want to like actually draw the thing properly, so you can kind of see what happened. Clear trend, Lee. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Campbell. Lowers, we weak in the snack segment. Organic sale. Let's Campbell. Let's see. Actually, any forex buy. We are waiting for GBP to actually pull back up using seasonality. Let's look at these. 8, 9, 9, 6, -1, -1, decline 1. So it's very similar. We can also do the ETFs of these individual stocks. Yeah, they're very similar. So this is 3, 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 1. So EP has been dropping, come down, declining, -1 to 2, flat -2. Yeah, it's been coming down, come down. Potentially could have short this guy since then. Wow, it's coming down already. See, this is snack section. Let's see what snacks do they sell. Do you eat this snack? Campbell soup snacks. Never seen it before. What is this? Goldfish. Okay. Okay. Not sure about this thing. Anyway, okay. So people hasn't been consuming this. And can we short now? Let's see. Let's put the volume up here a little bit. Just there. Yep, there's a spike of volume there. Could be a reversal like that. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Can you go through where would you place pending order for a trade like that? How do you calculate when I try the pending doesn't really get hit? You mean Amazon? If it doesn't get hit, then you split. If you have 20 pound here, put 10 pound here, 10 pound here, 10 pound here. Yeah. If it doesn't get hit, if it doesn't get hit, it's fine. Because you're waiting for it to come down anyway. So let's look at these Universal Electric, nothing going on. Funko, net sales flat to down for the year. Net sales expected 0, flat to up 3. This looks like a good news than a bad news for me. Flat to be flat to up versus need to see what happened before. Let's look at Funko. Do the same for Funko. I tried to place a trade for Campbell. If you try to do for Campbell, let's see. Okay, let's look at Campbell. First, you will check the season first, but if you think everything is just perfect and nice, you go to hourly chart, and then you try to draw a little bit of technical analysis here. You should draw a little bit there. So this could be your kind of like the pending order to short, a little bit there, set resistance pending order to short. Yeah, if you really want to get into that kind of detail. Funko Ultra Beauty, let's see. Look at the cadence. Remember, by looking at small individual stocks, you can know what happened to the whole economy, the whole sectors, and the whole ETFs. Looking and do the same for Ultra Beauty. If you have anything you want me to look at it, type in the chat box, and we will see. So next PLC, we'll have a look on that. Let me look at this. This is okay. What is this? Then the Funko Ultra Beauty Sentinel. Let's see what is this. It's not too bad. Expect PTC. It has completed the sale intent, accounting, poll revenue. Full expect to be the range compare. The full year now expecting the range of 3 compared with 6.9. So it looks like it's dropping PTC. Do the same for PTC. So we've got, what do we have? 12 to 13. So Ultra Beauty is an up 25, 28. Do the same. Or do the same for PTCINC. Meta. A good time to buy Meta because Meta has a lot of things going on now. If you make money on your Meta, selling it when it comes up to 66 is not a bad deal, okay? Put a pending order, sell it at 66 is not a bad deal, but you can hold it for a long time. I personally think Meta is in a little bit of a trouble now. They might come all the way down to like a really good price for me to buy Meta. Meta has a huge room to fall. It can come to like below 58, adding a little bit below 58. I will be happy to add around 52, 50 will be the best for me. But yeah, anything below this 58 is kind of okay as well for Meta. You start dollar cost, the more it comes down. How do you know? You look at the volume. So let's go to volume here. So you kind of want to wait for a little bit of a spike of a volume right now, if you look at it carefully. So we got a little bit spike of a volume kind of like here. Let's see if there's any volume spike. Yep, there's a little small. It's not the biggest. Let's see, last time was around 25. Yeah, you want to be at least around, let me see. It's around, at least around 15. Okay. Yeah, let's wait for the come to the support below here. It'll be good. Selling this right at the 66 or even 72, 71 is quite good. Okay. So because they are doing a lot of colorful things at the moment. Cool. That's for Meta. Meta is a good one. Olu wants to talk about Dell. Okay, let's look at the Dell. Before to go Dell, let's look at this. So this is 25, 26, 26, 2.69. So let's go to full year updated. This is 1.93. Full year is 6.69, 6.49, 6.65, 6.68. This is an up PTC. Unfortunately, we cannot short this PTC. Essential. Essential is going up. Still dynamic. Do the same for still dynamic. Do the same for still dynamics. Can you talk about value dollar devalues? I've been seeing people talk about it, but not sure if it's just scaremongering. Um, Dollar devaluing. So this is what happened. For those who are interested about forex, this is a forex masterclass for you. Okay, we normally only talk about it for apprentices as well. So what really affects forex prices? Just to let you know, I want to give you an example. One example will be 2011 Japanese yen. Okay, 2011 Japanese yen. So what happened, or 2010, okay? What happened here is that there's a tsunami coming on for Japanese. You remember the tsunami coming in for Japan, something like that? And then the tsunami came and they have to shut down a lot of their nuclear reactor, okay? They normally come out with energy using nuclear, isn't it? So they have to shut it down because of a lot of these crazy things happen outside. Yeah, a lot of crazy things happen outside. So they have to shut it down. So if they shut it down, obviously they're going to use fossil fuels now. So using fossil fuels, what does that mean using fossil fuels? So they don't make so much fossil fuels, they have to buy fossil fuels. What do you mean when someone has to buy fossil fuels? So when you buy fossil fuels, you are um you are importing more. Okay, so you have to import from other country. When you import from country like US, for example, you'll be buying more. You'll be giving out more of your yen, you know, to you want to exchange it back to so we used to have a lot of yen in the bank. So your yen in the bank decreases because you are buying fossil fuels from other countries. Because Japan, long time ago, they don't make so much fossil fuels. They do a lot of their energy using nuclear. And because of that happened, so they depleted a lot of that Japanese yen because they used a lot of that yen to buy imports, okay? To buy imports. So they buy a lot of fossil fuels. And because of that, and there's a new guy coming in, president and stuff like that. So at that time, Japanese yen was like all-time high, okay? Was quite high. And then using that strategy, um, a lot of my a lot of people that I know, a lot of some of my mentors, they shorted Japanese yen in 2011. So one of the biggest trades as well. So it just came down. So Japanese yen just come down big time. So that's the first part. So what is it? It's trade balance. Okay, how much import and how much export? Okay, import and export. So if you think that dollar is gonna collapse and all of that crap, that means that you think that no one wants to buy things from America anymore. No one wants to buy their, I don't know, beef. No one wants to buy their, what do they give? Their weapons. No one wants to buy their, what else American? You have to Google it to see what Americans is famous for. But yeah, Americans do come up with a lot of things that the whole world buys. Okay, that's the first part. It's the trade export. Your export has to be more than your import in order for your currency of your country to go up. The second thing that you also need your currency to go up is your interest rate. Because if your interest rate is very, very low, no one was going to buy your currency because a lot of people, they just hold pound because pound has a higher currency than dollar. So the second part is the interest rate. So interest rate has to be higher. So if we this year, Fed decided to decrease their interest rate way more than pound sterling, that means yes, we're gonna devalue US dollar even more because we keep reducing the interest rate. Okay, so that's what happened. And the third one kind of will affect your currency is whether or not your currency is going to go up, whether your currency is going to come down, is going to be like how confident people you are, people are in your country. Yeah. So that's what happened. How confident. So let me show you the Japanese in 2011 and things. So let's see if I can find it. So we're talking about Japanese yen coming down. So let's see. Uh, and people wouldn't tell you just like that. You know, JPY against what? Against anything, against US dollar maybe. So we're talking about coming down means going up. So you look at the date. Yep, it's around here. Okay, it's at the bottom of the bottom. Can you see 2011 here? And pound JPY was really, really high against dollar. It's the opposite frame because we are looking at US dollar against JPY. Okay, I'm teaching you some really powerful stuff. So it's really, really high frame. And politically, they have some problem going on with their country because tsunami came. And because tsunami came, they have to stop their nuclear energy. So they have no more energy. They have to buy fossil fuels from other countries. So they give out a lot of fossil fuels from other countries. And US Japanese yen just never be on that level anymore. Okay. So that's kind of what happened. Okay. So when you tell me what stocks to buy and sell, it's really powerful stuff. Most people would not know it. Even 100 years, you can study anywhere, you would not know about this. So this is a great example on how to trade Forex. So what's that mean? That means that a really, really nice time to trade Forex is just look at the top and the bottom. Okay, look at the top and bottom. Right now, it looks like US dollar is about to come down against Japanese yen. So if Japanese yen keep going up, holding a little bit of yen is not the end of the world. Okay, it's not the end of the world. What does that mean for stocks? If no one is holding Japanese yen anymore, Japanese yen is like a safe haven in 2011. If no one is holding Japanese yen anymore, people will usually buy more stocks. So in 2011, stocks went up big time. Okay, like the world has never seen before as well. Yeah, US stocks. Good. Are we still holding? Barry, yes. Lena and Holton, you have to hold until you make a profit until you came up to all-time high, especially if you're not using leverage. Yeah, you remember the key is we only use leverage when S&P 500 crash more than 15% from all-time high. Okay. Vivian talking about no sex into hello. So when you tell me about all of that, you want to tell me what is the guidance? Is the guidance going up? Is the guidance going down? Okay, let me just ask ChatGPT to do it for me. So still dynamics is 212, still meaningful higher. So that's not do the same. All this. Can you talk about what if dollar what about Dow? Okay, we'll do Dow as well. Boeing, let's look at Boeing real quick. Delay, all of that. Nothing much going on. Cool. This answers some of your question. Global, SP Global 2 point. Okay, let's look at SP Global. Let's see SP Global. Where's this? Can't really find it. Why is SP Global not here? The proper name, Blackstone KKR. Wow, though it looks like you know a lot. You have a huge room on the apprenticeship. You need to watch week 3 training again. Blackstone came back down here. Question is it gonna go up? Is it gonna come down? Is it good to buy, etc.? So we're gonna do the same. We're gonna put on their guidance, so you kind of see if the guidance go up, we buy. If the guidance doesn't go up, we don't buy. So let's get new holding. New holding, some people say, what do you want to do? 25, 20. So it dropped a little bit. 20 to 30% could be something we could do when markets drop 15% from all-time high. It looks good. Stone X, not guided, strong growth, ROE improving. These are all okay. You know, put £1, £2, £3 in all of this is quite good. 2 to 11, 2.4 billion, full year 11. Before, how much is that? So it looks as increasing as well. It's expanding. Marvel doing quite well. Marvel is one of these things you kind of want to get in. Yeah. It looks beautiful in terms of Marvel is here. So you want to get in kind of like when it comes to the support line, just kind of here. This is below this line is good. 66. I will show you how to find a proper support. Go to this weekly chart and then change your line. Okay, change your line and make it best fit. So look, line is not fit nicely now. I'm going to change it to like 250. So it's going to fit beautifully. Okay, 250. So if 250 is not so beautiful, let's do 400 maybe. So you can see every time it reaches around 400, but we don't want to be so pedantic, you know. It's not good to be so pedantic. So here a little bit touches here. So if it comes down here, write it down 66. Wow, that's good. Yeah. I'm just answering questions from people who ask. Hello, Zyme. What is this? 4.5, 1.15. Need to know the numbers, final comparison. So yeah, the numbers has to be growing. So well done. Let's do down as well. Do the same or down. Oops, I literally just typed on the chat box. It's crazy. Do the same or down. Do you think Iran saying it will consider some oil tankers to pass through if oil Chinese yuan instead of a fact? What happens if dollar is no longer the world primary reserve currency? You know, this story has been there for like the past 50 years where people talk about US dollar is not going to be the, you know, currency anymore. So it's been there for 50 years. And if it is not, it's actually quite good for stocks. Stocks usually go up if US dollar devalue. Yeah. An interview with Trump, people ask him, what happened if the dollar keep going down? He said, let it go down. I want it to go down. That's what he said. He wants dollar to go down. That's what he said. He's very happy when dollar goes down. Now let's look at could you okay, let's look at down a little bit. So we're gonna ask ChatGPT some simple question. Can you give me 10 stocks that decrease their most recent earning guidance by 30%, please? From what? From any countries. Actually, they're gonna give us to us, please, compared to the previous one. Down 3.5 to 2.9, and then 26 revenue went up from 100 to okay, this I like the full year 138. Wow, increased 30%. Full year for 26 was 100, 111, 13. It's a big jump. 9, 9, 12 is a big jump. So buying it back when it comes back to the support is good. There should be a big jump going on there because you can see the numbers jump a little bit. So it jumped and we wouldn't get in there. We won't get in when it comes back to our this EMA line beautifully like that. Yeah. 12. 12K. Nice though. Can we short this? Let's see. Can we short this down? You can potentially. Nervius is at the top. Dell is at the top. Doing a little bit, shorting a little bit here for fun is not the worst situation. What is this? This is Honda. Okay, I want to look at Honda a little bit. Do the same for Honda. Microsoft, is it a good buy? Yes. Microsoft's been so cheap. The software is going to be a bit tricky, so you want to come around 36. But I think a little bit here is not the end of the world. 38, a little bit here. Now it's 39, 38 support, 36. You know, software stocks has been getting killed big time. Adobe's as well. A lot of these software stocks has been killed big time. Let me show you Finviz. Who has been killed? So, um, this is like today healthcare is going down. What real estate, energy is the one that's going okay. Google, Amazon. Yeah, the rest is okay. CRM, Uber, now, IBM. It's okay. Let's go Honda. Can we short Honda? Honda, let's read. Strong profit, stable, profit down, stable, operating profit. What's this? Cut operating profit, profit, loss expected. We have never seen Honda has a loss, I think. Yeah. Is it a loss? But the revenue is increasing though. So you have to see it properly if it is actually losing. Okay. If it's losing, we just short it big time. Honda. Yeah, you have to draw the graphs a little bit just to see that number is losing. Let's use another tool. Give me what? Give me the pause. Let's see. Plus 12. Excuse me. Earning guidance and outlook of this. Mm-mm-mm. Large net loss. We probably have never seen that before. Probably. You have to see if it happened like that before. Then we can short them. Let's do that. We wouldn't short it forever though. We have to look at equity clock season a little bit to see when can we short it until. Where is the website? Let's see. Let's type Honda here. Ooh, okay. Honda usually gone up big time in April before it come back down in April. So Honda, short. Kind of like after April, you know? Or you can try and see. Let's just copy all this. You have to draw it properly to see if you have seen anything like that before. If this is the first time they lost money, then it's okay. And trying to understand what's the reason. So these are the stocks that came down 30%. Ford Motor, General, A, Canada, Procter, Macy, Delta Airline, United Airline. Give me their earning release date. When this happened. Trax, Ford, Air Canada, General Motor, Procter, United Airlines, Beyond Meat, Diago. So Ford was on February 6th. If you shorted this on February 6th because the guidance dropped 30%, because that's what we asked them to do. Let's see if you're gonna make money or lose money. Where are we here? February, we're just around there. Let's see. It's February there. Went up a little bit before it come back down like that. Okay. Because the guidance dropped how much? Let's see. Drop what? Ford Motor. 20 to 30% drop at the midpoint. What else? General Motors also very similar. General Motors also coming down. Let's see. What's going on? So this is what? This is in February. It went down beautifully since that situation happened. When did it happen? It happened on lots of students also lots of apprentices also automatically did it already on January 28th. When the Ford Motor releases their earning guidance of 30% drop, 30th of January, which is around, yeah, it's coming down really nicely. A lot of money screaming they no longer have to rely on jobs. A Canada, 20 to 30% drop. Procter Campbell also quite big. Macy also quite big. What else? United, Beyond, Diego. Macy. What is the date for Macy? What about now? How about in March? Because this happened in February. We already done it long time ago, and people already make that money. Let's talk about the one happened in March. How about in March? Which earning guidance of the stocks went down big time, more than 20%? Which let's see. In March, we have very few companies. We have Macy. We need a date. We have Capri. We got Ulta Beauty Soft Cut. How much? Not 20 on paper. GG Apparel implied big cut. SAC Global. Sector-wide March hidden cuts. Retail. Retail has been getting crashed big time. Retail, the whole ETFs. Airline a little bit. What you really need to see, this is alpha. Early reports. March key insights. Class the best March trades come from rotation if you want. Okay. Cool. Give me the exact date. Give me the exact date of their earning release. We can also do the one that increase big time, like never seen before as well. So Macy was 18. We saw that just now. Did we do Macy? We do Donald General. Not a 20% cut. How much did Macy and this what? G apparel drop? Give me down us in earning guidance. Let's see whether it's 20% or not. If this is very small, that would be crazy. So old was 2, new was 1.6. This is May though. This is expected guidance 2, new consensus. Yeah, this is quite huge. G apparel. Let's look at this. Apparel. This guy. G apparel. Interesting. You know the numbers. Two. Reaction. Clean textbook, the immediate sell off. Macy, let's see. Raise stable to 1.6. March. All right, let's do Macy for a bit. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna click here and type Macy. Or do we already have Macy here? Let's see. Marcy. Not really. Macy. So it happens on long time ago. News. Where's Macy though? We're gonna do Macy Investor. Look at last time when they released it. We're gonna do the original method. You must know how to do the original method. Don't be lazy and say, oh, we've been waiting. Waiting for what? Click the investor. Click the quarterly result. Oh, it's November, so it's been a long time ago actually. Why would they put Macy there? So the date for this is December 3rd. You know, that's a bit long time ago. The guidance, I think we done this 21. Yeah. September. Guidance as of December, September. Down flat. When is the earning date? Release date for Macy. Is the date of release for Macy. Every time AI comes out new, sometimes it's not perfect. It's 18. When is 18? Oh, 18 is tomorrow, so not yet. So that's like tomorrow. Why would they say things like that? So you still have to do it manually. You can't just do it like that unless it's already happened in the past. Okay, interesting. Cool. That's it. That's what we talk about. Just to repeat back for those who just joined. What do we cover today? We cover about telling you there is a strategy. We call it the buyback cover strategy. We talk about how to do forex a little bit. We talk about adding a little bit when it comes down a little bit. 10% is fine on VUAG or IGUS, but coming down a little bit there will be really nice, and adding it as it come down. Apprentices is gonna be super patient. It's gonna wait for the really really nice one. So you make big like that. Okay. So that's kind of like today. Um, Is Adobe a dead stock? Adobe can buy at the lowest low. No. Buying Adobe at the lowest low, which is like which is 20. It's kind of okay. Yeah. Because Adobe is a lot of softwares and stuff, and a lot of AI can replace software now. Okay. Elon Musk agree with it. So that's kind of what happened. Thank you guys. Hope you guys are learning something new. We've got Muse, we got Al here. Nice to see you. We have Alvin, we have we have Armin, we have Barry, we have Bobby, we have Brandon, we have Camila, we have Carlo, we have Carmen. Let me turn on the camera. We've got Claire David, long time. We have the show, we have Donna, we have Abby, we have Esther, nice Eunice, we have Evelyn, we have Felix, welcome home. We have Jack, we have Jamie, we have Janos, we have Jay, we have Jane, Sean, Johnny, JK, Kenny, Pyong Kim, Laksana, Laura, Liz, Mario, Minky, Melissa, Makam, Michelle, Moon, Neil, Nisha, Olu, Patrick, Olu, Risha, Rohima. I can't remember the name, but I think Rohima was supposed to text me so I can send you the link so we can, book to get you started properly. And Stans as well. Doi and Vivian. Awesome, everyone. Hope you guys doing really well. Some people saying, lots, what stock can we enter 10%? I just say VUAG and IGUS. I just told you Muse. I need Carlos say, God bless you. Welcome. Thanks, Raven, Bobby. You're welcome, Sean, Carmen, Jean, Alos, Barry. Awesome. Speak with you guys soon, man. Bye bye. Kim Porter, how you are doing well? No, I mean trading 212, IGUS, Mills. Did you come out late? Very good. I'll send you recording. You're welcome, Dr. Shireen. Speak to you soon. Take care now, Kim. Bye-bye. Wow, Paul, congratulations. Really, really happy for you as well. Please book a call. Really happy for you. Speak to you guys soon.